The Congress party has released its election manifesto. They are calling it the Nyay Patra, an extension of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyay Yatra. It is built around 5 pillars. First, Yuva, which is youth, Nari, which is women, Kisan, which is farmers, Shramik, which is laborers, and Hissedari, that means equality. Now, the biggest talking point of the Congress's manifesto revolves around social justice. The party is promising to conduct a nationwide caste census, something they've already done in Bihar when Nitish Kumar was their ally. They've also vowed to remove the 50% reservation camp, basically increasing the quota for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and other backward classes. The Congress is also reaching out to young people and women with promises like 50% reservation for women in central government jobs. They are also promising the right to apprenticeship, which means providing 1 lakh rupees yearly to diploma holders under this new scheme. Now, if the right to apprenticeship is implemented, it will be a first of its kind anywhere in the world. Another big pitch in their manifesto is a crackdown on corruption. The Congress party has promised to investigate what they claim were alleged scams under the Modi government. It includes demonetization, electoral bonds, and the Rafale deal. And unsurprisingly, the party is also assuring an investigation on all political leaders who have joined the BJP despite having corruption allegations against them. There is also a special emphasis on upholding the Constitution in the manifesto. And on those lines, the Congress has promised to not implement one nation, one poll. They have also vowed to amend the 10th schedule and make defection an automatic ground for disqualification in any political party. Rahul Gandhi, who was part of the Congress manifesto launch, says that their vision is to save democracy. Listen in.
ये समझना होगा कि हिंदुस्तान के राजनीतिक स्ट्रक्चर में हो क्या रहा है। आरएसएस ने और बीजेपी ने और खासतौर से नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई है, उसका फाउंडेशन क्या है, उसकी नींव क्या है, सबसे पहले यह समझना है। खारगे जी ने कहा जो भी भ्रष्ट हैं वो सब बीजेपी में जा रहे हैं। उसका कारण है क्योंकि नरेंद्र मोदी जी चाहते हैं कि पॉलिटिकल फाइनेंस की मोनोपोली उनके हाथों में हो।
139 साल पुरानी पार्टी ने, जिसे स्वतंत्रता के बाद लगभग 60 साल 55 से 60 साल प्रत्यक्ष शासन करने का मौका मिला और 4 पीढ़ियों तक निरंतर शासन करने का मौका मिला, वो आज ये कह रही है कि अब यदि उन्हें ख्वाबों ख्यालों वाला मौका मिला तो वो ये करके दिखाएंगे। मतलब एक कहावत होती है, आह को चाहिए एक उम्र असर होने तक। यहां तो 4 पीढ़ी निकल गई, 4 उम्र गुजर गई और अब वो कह रहे हैं कि साहब अब वो कमाल करके दिखा देंगे।
My guest this evening, Dr. Kushal Kant Mishra, is spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Karan Verma is an author. Aishwarya Mahadev is spokesperson of the Congress party. Tehseen Poonawalla is a political analyst. Thank you all very much. We are also being hoping to be joined by Mr. P. Chidambaram as and when he is patched up. That's where we'll go. Just a caveat for our guests. Thank you very much. And Dr. Mishra, I'm coming to you first. अब सवाल उठ सकता है that Congress का manifesto है. Why am I going to the BJP spokesperson first? But why are you calling it bogus? Why are you calling it bakwas? Why are you saying this is not doable? Why are you saying this is a bundle of lies? What is the lie in the manifesto? It's just a list of promises.
यही तो मैं बोल रहा हूं श्रेया जी कि ये हमेशा प्रॉमिस ही तो करते आए हैं। इन्होंने प्रॉमिस तो जितने भी प्रॉमिसेस अभी इन्होंने दिए, ये सारे प्रॉमिसेस मैंने 1957 का इनका घोषणा पत्र उठा के देखा, उसमें भी ये सिर्फ घोषणा ही करते आए हैं। 2014 के बाद पॉलिटिक्स बदल गई है श्रेया जी। पहले पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ परसेप्शन होती थी, अब पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस होती है। पहले पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ स्लोगन होती थी, अब पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ सोल्यूशन होती है। मोदी जी के आने के बाद पहले पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ परिवार होती थी, अब पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ पीपल होती है। पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस इंक्रीज करने की वजह से क्या हुआ है कि जो पहले आप लोग एक टर्म हम लोग सुनते थे कि एंटी इनकम्बेंसी हो गई है, आज सरकार के अगेंस्ट एंटी इनकम्बेंसी नहीं, उसकी परफॉर्मेंस की वजह से, उसके सोल्यूशन की वजह से, पीपल के नजरिए की वजह से वो प्रो इनकम्बेंसी में बदल गई है। तो ये जो चेंज आया 2014 के बाद, और जो बार बार ये झूठ बोलते रहे, तो उसमें एक छोटा सा हिंदी में बोलना चाहूंगा कि वो जो जो चुनाव दर चुनाव झूठ बोलता गया, त्यों त्यों उसके चेहरे का रंग धीरे धीरे उतरता गया। तो कांग्रेस के चेहरे का रंग उतरता गया। ये वही थे जो जातिगत जनगणना का विरोध करते थे, राजीव गांधी ने पार्लियामेंट में बोला। ये वही थे जिनका नारा था गरीबी हटाओ। ये वही थे जात पर न पात पर मोहर लगेगी हाथ पर। ये सारे नारे ही तो थे, स्लोगन ही थे। इसका रीजन क्या था? क्योंकि जैसा राजीव गांधी जी ने पार्लियामेंट में कहा था कि हम 1 रुपया भेजते हैं, 15 पैसा जनता को पहुंचता है। ये वही करप्शन का रीजन था। आज सारे करप्शन वाले, सारे भ्रष्टाचारी, सारे परिवारवादी सब एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे बैठ करके अपने परिवार को, भ्रष्टाचार को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। इसलिए इस तरह का नैरेटिव गढ़ने की कोशिश की जा रही है।
अच्छा ठीक है, मतलब डॉक्टर मिश्रा, ये तो गलत बात है कि आपका मैनिफेस्टो और कांग्रेस का मैनिफेस्टो मक्कारी, ये तो गलत बात है। बट आई विल लेट ऐश्वर्या महादेव रिस्पॉन्ड टू व्हाट यू आर सेइंग। ऐश्वर्या महादेव, द बीजेपी सेइंग दिस इज अ बंडल ऑफ लाइज। सिंपली इफ यू पिक अप द प्रॉमिस, एक मिनट रुक जाइए, सिंपली इफ यू पिक अप से फॉर एग्जांपल द प्रॉमिस ऑफ इंक्रीजिंग द रिजर्वेशन कैप, the courts have put it at 50%, the constitution of India puts it at 50%. आप suddenly कह रहे हैं कास्ट सेंसस के बेसिस पे हम उसको बढ़ा देंगे। How? What will we do with the courts? You're also talking about the LGBT plus community. You're talking about civil unions for them. The fact is that the courts have already ruled on it and said right now it's not possible. So promise करने के लिए तो आप कुछ भी कर दीजिए, सपने दिखा दीजिए, but are they even doable?
Shreya, good evening. Let me clarify. I'm a Kannadiga. I don't really understand Hindi as much, but from the little bit of the rhetoric I heard from them, I just want to ask them, when they talk about politics of performance, because they spoke about Achhe Din, Vikas and whatnot, why is it that the Prime Minister and every one of their leaders, when they go everywhere, talk about a consecration, their posters don't talk about the development work, but it has idols? And why is it that they basically talk about things like a staff that went to parliament in the name of the Sengol, or they talk about cultural identity, or they talk about what happened in 1974? The fact of the matter is, if their performance was so exemplary, it should have been the sole criteria of the manner of which they were speaking in these elections, but they have none of that. Which is why, let me complete, Shreya, you allowed him to have that entire time, right? Which is why they completely have moved on from all of development. But your answer, let me tell you one thing. On this entire cap and whatnot, let's tell you, a constitutional amendment, when you have 2/3 majority, can overrule what the courts have held. And Tamil Nadu has instituted a cap above 50%, which is still existent. And if we believe it's necessary, we will put it forth. Second, on the fact that you saw decriminalization, that entire Nas Foundation judgment happened in which government, and who was the government then that pushed to have it overturned? Who was the person who was supported by which political party that went against civil unions? I believe our manifesto is promises that we will fulfill. You want evidence? Come to Karnataka. You want evidence? Look at Telangana. You want evidence? Look at Himachal. And that is our track record. It is not 50 lakhs in my account. It is not 2 crore jobs. It is not promising loan waivers and then forgetting everything for the 5 years, and then you come and talk about particular communities and religions as your only election plank.
No, but you are also, that's exactly what you are doing. When you talk about a caste census, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yes, you can say this is social justice.
Yeah.
Yes, you can say this is social justice, but what will it end up doing?
One second.
Haan, Aishwarya. Secondly, you make the point about the BJP not fulfilling its poll promises, etc., etc. And why do they only have, pictures of idols on their posters? Arey bhai, the Ram Temple was part of their manifesto. Scrapping Article 370 was part of their manifesto. They have managed to deliver.
Shreya,
that is what they promised the people of this country. The people of this country voted for them, and they have delivered, which is why, they are doing well.
Shreya, while I will accept your limited argument, the reason for a socio-economic census, especially in a country propelled where social welfare is supposed to be the priority, changing dynamics are something that have to be taken into account. We are still stuck on 2011 census data, which makes targeted beneficiary and scheme implementation a huge problem, one. Second, we believe a socio-economic census will also ensure far more social justice for impoverished and backward communities, which may have in the period from even before 2011 been historically left behind. We believe it is an exercise of social justice that will cover all. For example, it is not a religion specific thing, it is socio and economic, which we believe is something that is the best way for a country that should look at social welfare. Second, yes, we believe the building of a particular, sort of religious place of worship may have been great, but what happened to the other promises? Whether it was jobs, whether it was economic growth, whether it was increasing funds for education, healthcare, and SC/ST welfare funds, was it done? No. What was the track record when it came to crimes against people? You said na khaunga, na khane dunga, but aaj kya hua hai कि हर जो खाया है वो बीजेपी आकर, after they come to the BJP, they enter that washing machine and then they're cleaner than the Ganga. And don't even get me started on the Namami Ganga scheme and what has happened to that. The reality is one promise fulfillment.
And on that note, Karan Verma, I'm getting you in.
Yeah.
Aishwarya, you raise a valid point and I'm going to get Karan Verma in. Karan Verma, you keep beating the Congress party with the stick of corruption. There's a counter-attack on you in this manifesto. The Congress party is saying, let us come to power. We will deal and investigate every corruption by the BJP, starting with demonetization and going all the way to electoral bonds. और जितने नेताओं ने बीजेपी ज्वाइन किया है, all those allegedly tainted netas who have joined the BJP and suddenly become squeaky clean, we are going to investigate all of them as well. So there's a warning here for the BJP as well.
They can warn all they want. Even deep down, they know they're not coming to power. And honestly, it's a perfect example of the pot calling the kettle black. It's the Congress that has been synonymous with corruption. But leave that as it may be, Shreya. This is the single most regressive, divisive, and fiscally implausible manifesto that they could have ever come up with. And I'll be specific. I'll not beat around the bush. Let's start with Caste Census. I mean, first of all, it was Rajiv Gandhi who on the floor of the House said that, I don't want this poison of caste to burn and plague my country. They did not implement the Mandal Commission for 10 years. And the last thing this country wanted was to be divided along caste lines. So this is very regressive. This is not the liberal value that Congress talks about, raising the ceiling from 50% above. Where are you looking at merit then? I mean,
Maratha reservation किसने दिया?
Speak about merit.
Karan Verma, Maratha reservation किसने दिया है महाराष्ट्र में?
I don't stand with
Maratha
that
reservation किसने दिया है महाराष्ट्र में?
I don't stand with that either, Shreya. I have been very hard on the BJP as far as that is concerned. Then, secondly, legalizing MSP. I mean, this sounds so good. Are you planning to spend 12 to 17 lakh crores every year for this? These are false promises. You talked about falsehoods. This is not plausible. 40 lakh crores is our state budget, and you talk about legalizing MSP. You are pretty much cheating the people. Then, personal laws. Look at the stress they laid on personal laws. What are they trying to achieve here? Are they trying threatening that they will reverse the triple talaq thing the way they did in Shah Banu's case? What are they threatening here? Personal laws. Is this what we want in this country?
No, they are saying UCC is not kosher with us. No, what they are saying is very clear. They are saying UCC is not kosher with us. If you want to reform personal laws, there has to be consensus from within the community. There is nothing wrong in them saying that.
No, they've spoken about personal laws. They've given precedence to personal laws. Do we really want personal laws taking over? Do we want something like triple talaq or 4 marriages happening? Do we want that sort of encouragement? I mean, that is very regressive on the part of the Congress. Any policy, you pick up anything that they said. 30 lakh vacancies they plan to plug in the first day. Do you think a country can grow like this? Can you just suddenly fill 30 lakh vacancies? What kind of burden will that have on the exchequer? Not
they have
one
ideas.
single innovative plan.
They have ideas. They're saying mining is a big... No, they do actually. They do actually have the right to apprenticeship. I'm going to get in Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla, while we talk about all of this, Yeah, give me a moment. You can come to that after I've gotten Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla, I was fairly impressed with two things. A, the right to apprenticeship. I don't know how it's possible. I don't know how it will be fiscally possible. How can you force a corporate? How can you force a corporate, for example, to take in 500 people, 600 people, and pay them for a year? I mean, will they even agree? How is it possible? And secondly, I thought the entire chapter on the LGBT plus community and giving them rights for civil unions, etc. I thought was very interesting, very progressive. But again, as Karan is saying, आपको पता है आप पार पे तो आने वाले नहीं हो, आप जीतने वाले नहीं हो, तो कुछ भी बोल दो और कुछ भी बोल के निकल दो. And all the things that you're detailing requires money. Where will the money come from?
So three things. I told you, if you remember, Shreya, about the right to apprenticeship, which will be a game changer. I told you this before, and I'm glad that the Congress is implementing it. So how will this come? All corporates actually go and take in people for coming in as an apprentice. Now, what the Congress is doing, what they're saying is we will guarantee this. So in case you're not picked up, the government will back you up. The government will help you, will fund you till you get a job, because our demographic advantage should not become a demographic disadvantage. So we have an advantage. Now, where do the finances come from? There is going to be growth. They have a plan for 10%, for 8 to 9% GDP growth, which is going to fuel in growth. All of these questions were asked when the UPA was in power between 2004 to 2014. It gave an average of 10% growth versus 6%, which the current government is given on the new data that the government is given. Third, the civil union that you've been asking for, the same community, LGBTQ civil union. Well, the Supreme Court in its judgment, and I quote, has asked the government to bring in laws. So by doing it, the government is only doing what the Supreme Court said by bringing in laws for that, because the Supreme Court said we can't get into this domain. Please bring in laws. Not only are they bringing in laws, they're even safeguarding their rights. Now, for the BJP spokesperson, I dare the BJP spokesperson on your show, put your money where your mouth is and say that they are against the caste census. The BJP will not say it. They will come here and they'll attack the Congress, but they will not say it at all. That is the problem. The problem with the BJP is it has no manifesto. All the BJP will talk about is Hindu, Muslim, triple talaq, Pakistan. Beyond that, they have no roadmap. Not just this. Wait for the next phase that's coming out. AI is going to be a very important part, and I am telling you something on your show. When the Congress government is formed and the Congress Prime Minister takes oath, one of the ministries will be a ministry for AI. I am telling you this on your show. The new Congress Prime Minister will have a ministry for AI. This government doesn't even understand what AI is. That is how progressive the Congress is.
No, that's not true. The Prime Minister has publicly spoken about the threats of AI, given that he's been the victim of at least a couple of AI videos of him.
The Prime Minister was wrong. That was not
let's
a
not
deep
say
fake.
that they are not.
No. Let me interrupt you. The Prime Minister was absolutely wrong. That was not a deep fake. That was a duplicate of the Honorable Prime Minister. And that is the problem, that the Honorable Prime Minister did not even know what a deep fake and a duplicate is. And I feel extremely sad that we are losing this advantage.
But he's spoken about the dangers of AI. Let's not say that they are completely ignorant of what is going on in that sphere.
You mistook a duplicate for a deep fake. You may fact check me on this. And that is terrible.
Dr. Mishra, just come in here. Okay. Tehseen raises a very important point, and I'm coming to the point of social justice. Acha Karan, boliye, you want to come in here, something about AI, and then I want to go to Dr. Mishra with a question on...
Yeah. One small
everyone wants to speak. Okay, go ahead. Pehle Karan. Yeah.
No. My friend Tehseen has been speaking about AI from ever since I can remember. And, I was all ears, all eyes looking for something in this manifesto, but alas, it didn't come. And secondly, if you really want to understand the, comprehension of AI from both parties, just look what Anna Malai spoke about AI at length. And you will be floored by the knowledge he has of the intricacies of AI, he and Rajiv Chandrasekhar. And then look at Rahul Gandhi on his Nyaya Yatra. When he spoke about AI on top of any system, it was a mess. He made a complete mess when he spoke about AI. He was rambling on incoherently. So Tehseen, please don't occupy this high ground that Congress is very well versed with AI. They are a poor shadow of the understanding of AI. If anything, we must see what Anna Malai and Rajiv Chandrasekhar spoke about AI. Yeah.
Karan, और भी गम है ज़माने में AI के सिवा. So let me just go to Dr. Mishra on that. Aishwarya, give me a second. I'll come to you. Dr. Mishra, एक मिनट रुक जाओ. Dr. Mishra, आप एक जरा नहीं देखिए ऐसी बहस करते रहेंगे एक चीज पे तो हम लोग फिर बस ये वो ड्राइंग रूम डिस्कशन बन जाएगा. I have a specific question for you. Tehseen is raising this. He's saying if it's all very well for the BJP spokesperson to come to the show and lambaste the Congress and its poll promise of having a caste and a socio-economic census across the country. और इतनी हिम्मत है अगर बीजेपी को इतनी प्रॉब्लम है आके बोल दें नहीं, we are opposed to caste census, हम नहीं करेंगे, तो बोलिए ना. आप लोग बोलते क्यों नहीं है?
श्रेया जी, जिस दिन सेंटर गवर्नमेंट को लगेगा, होम मिनिस्ट्री को लगेगा, कास्ट सेंसस हो जाएगा, क्योंकि कास्ट सेंसस कराना होम मिनिस्ट्री की रिस्पांसिबिलिटी होती है. कोई स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कास्ट सेंसस करा ही नहीं सकता.
प्रॉब्लम क्या है?
ये लोग ब्लफ करने के लिए आते हैं. और मैं कर्नाटका में तो कास्ट सेंसस हुआ है ना. एक मिनट सुनिए ना. कास्ट सेंसस तो हुआ है कर्नाटका में ऑलरेडी. क्यों नहीं डिस्क्लोज कर देती ये गवर्नमेंट? नहीं करेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि उन्हें मालूम है वहां पे अपोजिशन होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि बहुत सारे कॉम्प्लिकेशन है. 2011 में ऑलरेडी कास्ट सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कास्ट सेंसस हुआ. सुप्रीम कोर्ट में डेटा दिया गया कि इतनी ज्यादा कास्ट हो गई है कि उसको क्लेरिफाई करना डिफिकल्ट है. दूसरी चीज, तहसीन पूनावाला बोल रहे थे एआई के बारे में. गवर्नमेंट क्या प्लान कर रही है, कौन सी मिनिस्ट्री बनाएगी, वो तहसीन पूनावाला या कांग्रेस से पूछ करके नहीं बनाएगी. ऑलरेडी आप जानती हैं दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी डिजिटल इकोनॉमी आज इंडिया है. जब हम लोगों ने डिजिटलाइजेशन की बात की थी तो ये लोग कहते थे कि गरीब आदमी जो ठेले पे सब्जी बेचता है वो डिजिटल इंडिया कैसे करेगा. आज गरीब आदमी भी डिजिटल इंडिया से पेमेंट ले रहा है और आज इसी वजह से हम दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी डिजिटल इकोनॉमी है. ये हम नहीं कहते, ये पूरा देश कहता है, पूरा विश्व कहता है. और जो हमारी दोस्त बोल रही थी कर्नाटका की बता रही थी, तो मैं उनसे यही कहना चाहता हूं ना कि अगर वो कन्नड़ा की है और कन्नड़ा में कास्ट बेस्ड सेंसस हुआ है तो उसको डिस्क्लोज करें. क्यों नहीं डिस्क्लोज कर रहे हैं? और जो हमारे नीतीश कुमार है, जो जातिगत जनगणना लाने वाले थे, वो जातिगत जनगणना लाने वाला मेन आदमी आज इंडी गठबंधन का पार्ट नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसे दिखा नहीं कि उसमें कोई लीडरशिप है, उसमें कोई कोहेरेंस है. और आज देखिए ईडी की बात करते हैं. अगर ईडी का 2014 के बाद का डेटा देखें तो 95,000 करोड़ रुपीस का पूरा टेक ओवर किया है, पूरा निकाला गया है. इनके नेताओं के घर के वॉशरूम में इतने पैसे निकल रहे हैं, ईडी अपना काम कर रही है. और ये चाहते थे कि जिसको सीबीआई जो है, सीबीआई को
ईडी का ही डेटा देखें
चाहते थे
तो दिखेगा
ये वैसी तरह से इलेक्शन कमीशन
कि 2014 से अब तक नहीं डॉक्टर मिश्रा, अगर ईडी की बात कर रहे हैं और डेटा की बात कर रहे हैं तो ईडी का डेटा हमें यह भी बताता है कि 2014 से अब तक 95% ऑफ द पॉलिटिशियंस दैट द ईडी हैज एक्टेड अगेंस्ट हैव बीन ऑपोजिशन पॉलिटिशियंस. ठीक है, ईडी का डेटा हमको यह भी बताता है कि पिछले 10 साल में, पिछले 5 साल में, आउट ऑफ द 25 नेताज हु हैव स्विच्ड ओवर, एक मिनट, आउट ऑफ द 25 नेताज हु हैव स्विच्ड, quote unquote tainted netas who have switched over to the BJP, 23% को almost clean chit मिल चुकी है ना. तो ईडी का डेटा तो हमको ये भी बताता है. ऐश्वर्या महादेव, it seems to me after reading some of the manifesto, I admit I've not read all 50 pages. एक second, I've not read all 50 pages, but I've read a majority of the manifesto that has been put out. अच्छा ठीक है, अच्छा चलिए आप दे दीजिए, फिर ऐश्वर्या से आखिरी सवाल पूछ लूंगी. बोलिए.
मैं सिर्फ छोटा सा जवाब यह देना चाहता हूं, जो भी लोग टेंटेड नेता की बात कर रहे हैं जो हमारे यहाँ है, किसी की जांच बंद नहीं हुई है. और दूसरी चीज जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बताना चाहता हूं कि अभी 17 स्टेट में केवल हमारी सरकार है, बाकी के स्टेट में एनडीए और नॉन एनडीए की सरकार है. अगर वहां पे कोई नेता है, अगर कर्नाटका में कोई नेता उसको जेल में भेजे, हिमाचल में कोई नेता उसको जेल में भेजे, वहां बीजेपी की सरकार नहीं है ना. एंड लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इनके हाथ में है, तो क्यों नहीं भेज देते? एक्चुअली सारे करप्ट नेताओं को इन्होंने भर रखा हुआ है.
डॉक्टर मिश्रा,
और ये लिस्ट नहीं निकालते जिसको
आपने 10 सेकंड मांगे थे, आपने 30 सेकंड ले लिए. लास्ट वर्ड टू ऐश्वर्या महादेव. बस. Aishwarya Mahadev, to me it seems that the manifesto or some extent of it has been focused entirely on what the BJP has done. So you're telling us no UCC, no one nation, one poll, no Agnipath. There's a lot of no in the manifesto as well.
Shreya, just a few responses. I really like the fact that I have a Hindi and an English-speaking BJP spokesperson. But beyond that, when he talks about the caste census in Karnataka, maybe you should read up that the report was finally submitted to the government and it's gone to a cabinet subcommittee for implementation. One. Second, ask the BJP in Bihar to come up and say they don't want a socio-economic census. You'll realize a revolt from within. Third, the fact is that the BJP has decimated the idea of India and democracy and institutions, and used it as its next 12th batsman, if I please. And I think that that is something that needs to be corrected. Whether it is the UCC, whether it is the misuse of agencies, or whether it is even their abysmal track record on things as complex or serious as paper leaks, these are things that need to be looked into, and we are going to look into it. And lastly, I just want to remind you, for all that he did speak about, from Himanta Biswa to Ajit Pawar to Shivraj Patil to Mr. Chavan, who recently reached, what is common between them? The BJP was accusing them of all the crime, and now they are cleaner. The washing machine has obviously pushed them through, and now they are clean and holier than thou. That is the hypocrisy of the BJP. We will change it. And that is our commitment.
Time out.
You should give it to him.
Thank you very much, Aishwarya, for joining us. Thank you very much. Nahi, ho gaya, time out ho gaya. Thank you very much. Please go home and have dinner, all of you. Thank you very much, Aishwarya. Karan Verma, thank you very much. Dr. Mishra, thank you very much. And Tehseen, good to have you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, it's a wrap from me. Thanks very much for watching.